Hello, Meoni here, and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV. Again, we're talking about the Ishgardian restoration, because quite honestly, it's one of the most interesting things happening at the moment, and obviously, I'm going to do videos on it, because it's, something I'm personally interested in. So, we're actually on Tonberry Server, once again, on Elemental Data Center, and I wanted to just show you, basically, sort of like a summary of what we predicted previously. So, we guessed that the Hoarfrost Hall would be some kind of command center or something like that, and this is something I speculated at. Turns out we were completely wrong. It seems a lot of people in the comment section previously were actually quite right. It's actually, as you can see here, it says, thanks to your tireless efforts and surpassing skill, the Abacus is now complete. This is on Tonberry, and it is a more majestic avenue than ever I had ever envisioned. Truly, I have not the words to express my gratitude. And yet there is still work to be done. With the firmament serving evermore as the beating heart of the new Ishgard, we have need of a residence hall, sufficient to house the increasing numbers of craftsmen, merchants and labourers that have relocated here. And so we shall commence work on our most ambitious project to date, the construction of the Hoarfrost. I most humbly entreat your continued support. So there they are. They're on essentially what is number 13, I presume. That's what the Hoarfrost is. This should be the last part of the, this patch's Ishgard restoration, so it's all coming to pass. This is incredibly just miles ahead of every other server that I've visited. Once again, Tonberry has not let us down. So let's go and have a look then at the completed Abacus. That's the first thing we should do. So then, the Abacus, for those of you who might not be aware, is this section here. So we've got St. Royal's Dais over to the right side, which was, made a long time ago on many servers now. I think every server is pretty much caught up to that. But the Abacus is the bit that leads to Hoarfrost Hall that we looked at in previous videos. And this is essentially it in its completed state. So here's, obviously, the dais and the mattock itself connecting. How beautiful is this? So we kind of looked at this previously. I do love making these videos because it's kind of interesting to document the changes. I wish I had done it much sooner. So in the future I'll probably end up documenting each and every change in coming Ishgard restoration changes. So there we go. There's Halony again, or Halone if you prefer. I think it's called Halony. I think that's how you pronounce that, but I could be wrong. I mispronounce everything in this game, but we've got another statue of her basically bearing the shield towards the mattock. How many statues can you have? So I thought these were originally going to be statues as well, but they're just carved out of marble by the looks of it, or some other kind of in-game lore-related rock. And we have these beautiful Ishgardian flags there, either side, basically looking a little bit like the Mall in London, the lead up to, well, the palace, basically. It really has got that sort of style. Obviously, the stuff on this side isn't probably going to be touched until far into the future. Since the Abacus is now classed as complete, that means that this is future stuff. So at the moment, unfortunately, you have this ugly right side as you go up, but there's nothing that can be done about that. But yeah, this is a completed Abacus, which is the run-up to it, up to Hoarfrost Hall. Again, more of these plimps with spikes on the top. Beautiful. We've got some raised gardens here. What do the NPCs say? They say the saviour of Ishgard herself labours among us. Preposterous! Or is it? What do you have to say? Nothing? You just... Oh, at least he's put his top back on. This is the guy that was like half naked and green with this weird hat on. So at least he's not going to be a permanent fixture of the Ishgard. I was worried that there'd be a half naked Rogadin just chilling out with a cap on forever. But yeah, so we've got these raised gardens that we'll just walk all over and trample the plants of. You're welcome. And there's Hoarfrost Hall. So the next stage then, the final stage, will be Hoarfrost Hall, which is a halls of residence for NPCs specifically. So basically what we've got is a good demonstration of what to expect when we do eventually get player housing. We've said this before, but now more than ever we can ascertain that this is how the layout will be. Basically, maybe more, obviously you'd have more plots to the north on both of these two plimps as well in the future stuff, but this is pretty much how you can imagine the layout to look with these houses as well on the north section as well. So you've got the halls of residence on the left there, you've got your access way at the front there, and then all these buildings. I wouldn't be surprised if they just copy and pasted this and just span it round for each, you know, subdivision and stuff, and just added this as an instance list of housing off of Ishgard itself. I mean, it looks to me very much like a template that you can just copy and paste. In my opinion anyway. I don't see any problem with that. I personally would love to, you know, probably live somewhere like this. Is this somewhere that you guys would want to live? Probably in this large plot? Or are you too slightly worried about, you know, it feels a little bit goblet-y to me. You see, me personally, I'm not sure I could ever live in the game somewhere that doesn't have a beach. I know, it's very weird, but we live in the Mist, it has a nice beach. We used to live in Shirogane, it has a nice beach. We lived in the Goblet as an FC once. That was the worst moment in my life. I hated it. It felt so constrained and claustrophobic. And I'm getting the same kind of vibes from this the closer this looks to a housing district, you know? So again, nothing's happened to Hoarfrost Hall in this particular phase. I would imagine, though, that these blocks... Fine material, this. Brilliant. These blocks will likely be moved in the next part and obviously built upon to make a walkway or something, or building the top part of the hall itself. So yeah, it does mean presumably then that we'll be able to at least go into the foyer, I would imagine. But obviously these are NPC apartments. Very cool. And perhaps we get one in return. This guy's inspecting the door very intricately there. It's kind of frozen shut, my friend. Yes, we need more than a locksmith for that. But yeah, I thought I'd share this with you. So let's... Oh my god, what's going on over here? I'd say you've earned yourself a break. Oh no, it's the guy with the cap. Rest up well, there's still work to be done. Your biceps, they cry out in pain. Oh no, I thought we were done with the guys that were half naked in the caps and the berets. Oh no. Look at this guy's mustache, by the way, hold on. Look at that. He's like... I don't know what to say, really. I'll offend someone if I say anything, but my goodness. Oh, I thought we were done with you guys. I hope you're not a permanent fixture when this is all done. That's all I'll say. So yeah, the Abacus? The Abacus is complete. And it looks pretty good. Apart from, you know, that side being kind of grungy at the moment. But yeah, we got all these tiles and flower beds and all sorts of things. Very nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next in the Ishgard restoration. Let's show some footage in the background here of, you know, stuff. So this is like comparisons. So if you see the unbuilt stuff, that's what it's like on Ragnarok currently on my server, on Chaos Data Center. And then we'll transition into what these places look like on Tonberry, which is a vast difference, as you can see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the Ishgard restoration going forward. I think it's an interesting, very exceptional piece of phasing technology that we haven't seen previous to this. It's very ambitious, and I think they've pulled it off quite well. I want to see how much of this is reflected in player housing districts, and when they plan to eventually put those into the game. Me personally, I would say that most likely after Christmas now. You know, leading up to maybe even into the new year. Because if we've got what we've estimated as 2 new districts to be built on top of what we've already got, that's quite the task, isn't it? That's at least 2 major patches away. So I don't know, or at least 2 minor patches, I don't know. But unless they just do one as just one patch or something, I don't know. The speculation is high at the moment. What do you think will happen? Do you reckon they'll just go, that's it for the Ishgard restoration, guys, by the way, suddenly everything's rebuilt on that side and it's a housing district? Or do you think that we'll have another 2 patches worth, which is what I'm leaning towards? But yeah, this I don't know, the progression, as you can see, is just absolutely insane. I really wish I'd documented this a lot earlier on. So going forward, if there is more patches to do with the Ishgard restoration, please remind me to actually go and do it and record footage, because a lot of the stuff I did this time around I did off camera, and I find that completely just wasteful, especially when we're trying to document stuff now. But anyway, let me know what you think about the Ishgard restoration and its continued success. I will, of course, have another video when Tonberry Server no doubt finishes the Hoarfrost haul before anyone else in the world. But yes, as usual, thank you kindly for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.